everyone, my name is Neijma Celestine-Donnor and I am the Director of BISS Incident Support Services in the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. And today I am going to be talking to you all about things that we can do for those of us who have kids inside during this quarantine. So I am a mother of two boys, 5 and 2. And as you can imagine, I've had my hands full. And so there's so many different things that we have done together that I would like to share with you all. So one of the things that we do a lot is having outside scavenger hunts. And this is really easy. You can pick a couple items in your house. If you have a backyard, go outside, hide it, and then let your kids look for it. So we will hide things like cans of food, fruits, toys, and then have them go search. The other thing that we like to do and we've been doing is lots of picnics. So inside, outside, if you have a blanket, you could just put it on the floor and eat whatever. We really try to go outside so that they have fresh air, but sometimes the weather is not cooperating, so we'll stay inside. I want to note that a lot of the things that I am sharing is geared towards smaller kids because, as I mentioned, I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, but later on I'll talk a little bit about some things that you can do if you have older kids. One of the things that has been really interesting and fun to do is having at least a 5-year-old write handwritten notes to friends and families and put it in the mail. And so if you have older kids, you can do that too. I know my nephew, who is a freshman in college, has been doing a lot of handwritten notes to his friends as well. Sidewalk chalk has become our biggest friend. So we draw hopscotch boxes, we draw pictures. Last week we drew or wrote a message just to everyone that's working on the front line, just saying thank you, and we had it in our yard and on the sidewalk. The other thing that I wanted to actually show you, what we do a lot, is what I like to call quarantine bingo. And so basically it's really easy. All you need is a piece of paper and a marker or a pen or whatever works well for you. And all of this, of course, you have to adapt to your child's ability, to your family's lifestyle, and whatever works for you in that moment. And so with the quarantine bingo, I do that almost on a weekly basis, and every week I have a different theme. And so the theme that we did this week was really about how to be responsible. And so I created this bingo that I'll show you in a minute. And so basically, like I said, you just take a piece of paper, and if you have a marker or a pen or whatever, you want to draw, and I'll show you here, 6 different squares or how many ever, and you draw the lines and you write in whatever works for you. And so for this week's bingo, this was for my 5-year-old. We said, listen to adults, help clean up, say thank you, help your sibling. This is a free space where I let him choose, and then smile. And then I just left 2 blank spaces just so you all know, whatever you want to put in there that works for you, you can go ahead and do that. And so throughout the day and the week, we give him an opportunity to do that. And as he does it, we can either take the marker and mark it off, or use anything in your house. If you have nuts, if you have pasta, I have a bag of pasta actually that I'll just take the pieces out and put it on there. So whatever works for you. On the next side is a quarantine bingo that you can actually use if you have teenagers. So it's the same concept, but things that are a little bit more relatable to them. And so here it has read a book, cook a meal, call a loved one, get some fresh air, make someone laugh. And again, I left the blank spaces, so whatever works for you. What I have found in this moment is that simplicity is key. I know as a parent, I just don't have the brain space or capacity to just be thinking about things that are overly complex and convoluted to do with my children. The other thing that I wanted to show you, an activity that we have done quite a bit because everybody has toilet paper. Toilet paper just seems to be everywhere, and so I am making the assumption that we all have some toilet paper rolls just hanging around in our house, in our houses. And so if you have that, you can take a bunch of these. I open them out and I cut some squares, and you might be wondering, what am I going to do with this? Well, we have been creating pen holders, and they come in really handy for my office space. So I will show you what to do. So make sure that you have some toilet paper rolls. One of them you would need to open up and cut into squares. So obviously you're going to need your scissors, and you're also going to need some glue. At this point in time, I'm just using whatever I have in my house. So this is tacky glue because this is what I could find. And what you essentially want to do is really simple. After you open up a roll, and you can open up a roll by simply just cutting it like this, and then cutting this into squares. And so once you do that, you'll have something that looks like this. And you're going to take some glue, whatever glue that you have laying around. If you don't have glue, you can take tape as well, if that is going to work for you. My glue here seems to be giving some trouble. But anyway, you want to take your glue and you want to squeeze it onto this. Let me see. There we go. And you want to put the glue on just like this. Make a square, a circle, whatever. And then you're just going to take your toilet paper roll, put it on like that. And that's it. Very simple. I could show you a finished product of what the kids and I made earlier this week, and it looks like this. So you get a nice little pencil holder, something that you could put your pens in, and it stays up pretty sturdy. We've had this all this week. You know, if your kids are into decorating, so my son did this, he decorated this. And like I said, I love this activity because it helps me in my office space. I get to put, you know, something for my pens. And also, I'm teaching my kids about sustainability and the environment and the importance of recycling. Plus, you know, everyone has a lot of toilet paper rolls around their house, so it's something easy and accessible that you can do. So there you have it. These are some activities that you can do with your kids while you are at home. The quarantine bingo, the making of the pen holder, as I mentioned, outside scavenger hunts, picnics, writing notes. There are lots of things that you could do online as well that we do. Don't get me wrong, I know I didn't talk a lot about online activities in this particular segment, but you know, museums have virtual tours that you can do as well, and this is fun for all kids regardless of how old they are. I know some of the older kids and even the younger ones are making TikTok videos with their friends and even families, so that could be fun as well. I think Whatever you do, as I mentioned earlier, don't make it too complicated. Make it simple. Again, my name is Neijma Celestine-Donnor. I am the Director of BISS Incident Support Services and a proud mom of two. Thank you.